Good morning, you guys, and welcome to today's task. For today's task, I'm going to show you how to take this sprinkler that is not in the corner, it's actually not even standing up straight, and move it into a corner so that you get the best watering detail possible. But first I want to give you guys an update. You can see the corner posts of where I dug out all of the sod and had to redo my water main. It is actually doing really well. I have a small amount of settling right in there, so I'm going to show you how to fix that the easiest way possible in another video, so stay tuned for that. That's a great video. It's something I learned a long time ago. Not a long time ago. You don't learn that. I learned that like 2 years ago. Seems like a long time ago. But it's a cool trick and it works really well. So for this task, you're going to need a set of cutters or some sort of cutter so you can cut the funny pipe that is connected to, an extra length of funny pipe. I always keep a roll of this around and I use it probably every other year. I buy a new roll because I've used it. And then a good old-fashioned trenching shovel. This trenching shovel has been through everything. It has dug so many miles of trench, and I will leave a link for this particular one in the description down below. But I'm going to show you how simple it is to do this, that I'm actually wearing good clothes. I'm not in my like heavy laborsome clothes because it's a simple project. So if your sprinklers are not in the corners where they're supposed to be, go get them done. And the whole reason I'm moving this is because I don't get good water coverage right here behind the sprinkler. I want it to be here so it gets the best coverage possible. So that's why you put it in the corner to begin with. So if you've got these dead spots, go fix them. It's really easy. First, we're going to cut around it. So be very careful when cutting this because there is sprinkler plumbing below you. And I think I just felt it, but I didn't go through it. But you can easily go through it, and that's a bad thing because then you got to repair a lot more. Come right up against the concrete. So I've gone ahead and cut a line all the way around, connecting all of my cuts each time kind of half and half into each other. Now I'm ready to pry this up. A little tug, keep getting that shovel underneath there. We're going to come to the other side. And now this grass is free and our sprinkler is exposed. I need to dig out just a little bit more dirt, which is totally fine. And I would just set that in the cement side, not on your grass side if you can avoid it. Okay. Oh, well, that's not good, Joel. You're getting aggressive there. So in this hole, we actually have our connection that is a fixed connection. They did not use funny pipe when they put in the sprinkler system. It kind of wasn't around. The sprinkler system's really old. They used a rigid connection, which is what this is. This sprinkler head and nozzle actually will still work really well. So I'm going to continue to use both of them, and I'm going to show you the parts we're using for that. Okay, so we are going to replace this connection with this one in our hole. Now we'll take a small section of funny pipe, get it on there nice and tight, and just wiggle it down. It'll get on there. And I can actually twist everything together. And it'll thread that in deeper, and it'll get the funny pipe down on there. So now we're stuck with this line, but this is going to be kind of our remote line we're going to use to our sprinkler head. Now with a female adapter, we're going to put that right on that. These are all 1/2 inch. Some are 3/4, some are 1/2 inch, depending on what you're using. Get that good and tight. It should look like that. I know I won't need the full length of this pipe, so I'm just going to cut off just a little bit so that I can flex it into the position it needs to be in. Get it on there, and you can twist it in. And then set it. Now as I bend it around, I really want to make sure that this corner is cleaned out, so that the sprinkler can sit deep into that corner as much as possible. That's the whole point we're doing this. Get it in there. Get it as level as possible. I actually want to take a little bit more out. Now we are in business. Oh, a little bit too much. I don't want to kink that. That is kinked. Well, what the devil we got going here? Okay, we're gonna do a little change up here. I was initially using a straight piece, hoping that I could get the funny pipe to curve. And sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So I'm gonna swap this threaded piece out for a left-handed elbow. I don't know if it's left-handed, right-handed. It's an elbow. So make sure you're putting it in square. Try to not cross thread, because that is about the worst. If you cross thread something and you fight it, then you gotta cut parts back. So be real gentle when you're putting that in. It should go in pretty smooth. Okay, we want to get that pointed somewhat towards that sprinkler head. And since we're halfway there, I'm just going to measure that and recut this piece and thread that guy on there like it was. Wiggle it back and forth. And now we can set our sprinkler back down in. Oh, that looks great. Our sprinkler is set in and sitting flush with, I have two different curb heights here, so I'm just gonna go below this one just a little bit because I know I edged down to this line, and a little bit above that one because I know I don't like to edge all the way deep down on that one. So we're just gonna kind of keep it, that's a good height. I like it. Put our dirt back in. Pack it in. Pack it up. Pack it in. We are gonna have to adjust our grass because on our initial grass, we have this cut out for the sprinkler. So we're just gonna probably have to maybe tear it a little bit back into that corner. That's okay. It's going to be just fine. Grass is very forgiving, especially this time of year, because it's just coming out of its dormant stage. It is really kicking into the growth time of year. And it's not stressed. That's the biggest thing, is you want to try and do this time of year and get your sprinklers figured out now while it's still cool, because the grass isn't stressed. And the moment that grass goes into stress and you start doing this stuff, that's when you'll see the problems arise real quick. So now our sprinkler is back into this corner, as tight as it will go. We're gonna have a lot better coverage back over that way, and this way, it just looks nicer. So if you've got a sprinkler out there that you've just kind of been avoiding moving, now is the time to do it. Get out there right now in the spring, and late fall is good as well. When the grass goes into dormancy again, go ahead and move it then as well. It's not gonna hurt anything. Middle of summer, when it is the hottest, especially if you're in a hotter climate, it's not gonna really hurt anything, but you're gonna have to water it extra. And right now, I don't know about your state, ours is under a water restriction, so we do have to keep that in mind. So if I can do any of this work right now and get things growing properly, it's less water that I gotta use, less stress on the lawn, and it's just better. So tackle that sprinkler problem. It's not that difficult. Don't be scared to tear up your lawn for just a second. This area right here is a prime example that you can tear something up, and if you lay it down nice, in a matter of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you're really not gonna see a difference. So honestly, if you're holding off on something to get done in your yard, fear of it just trashing it, don't delay it. Just get it done, fix it right, take the time to do it. You'll be happier in the long run, and you can just kind of fix it as you go. Work on it and make it tidy once again. It'll look great. Nobody's gonna know, and you're gonna be happy with the better results. So if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the tools that I used in today's video, I will link them in the description down below. And comment on the sprinkler problems you guys are working on right now, and we'll see you guys next time. That sun is bright. Oh, that sun is super bright. But first I want to give you guys a small, let's go from this side. So for this task, Joel, you idiot. You friggin' idiot. Let's go grab another one. But I know I'm gonna need a good amount. So I'm actually